Okay, so we're live. So hello YouTube, hello everyone. My name is Victoria. I'm a host here on this immersion. I've been on Talk and Talk over 3 years now, and it's been very a nice path. I've known a lot of amazing people. I really enjoy talking to the guys, and I live in Florianopolis. Currently, for work, I have my own business. I have a broker insurance company, which I've been loving to work with it. And it's been a new challenge every day that thrills me at work. So it's been very nice. So, Rodrigo, could you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good evening, guys. I'm Rodrigo. I'm 39 years old. I have been living in Franca, São Paulo State, near Ribeirão Preto. I I have been married and we have two daughters. I have been working as a data engineer, IT, and in my free time I like a lot of things. I like studying English, within talking, and I like to go out with my family. I like to play with my daughters too. And that's it.
That's very nice. Thank you, Rodrigo. Eduino, what about you? Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, you pronounce it
Yeah.
perfectly.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Iduino. I'm from Angola, but I live in Brazil since 2014, almost 10 years for here. I come from Angola to Brazil for studying. I'm graduated in cartography engineer, but I'm working as a software engineer. Yes, I started learning English since elementary school, maybe, but recently I started to focus on the speaking. It is the reason that I'm here to improve my English, maybe to get a job abroad in the future. Yes.
Very nice. Where do you live, Eduino, here in Brazil?
Okay. I live in São Leopoldo, 30 minutes from Porto Alegre in Rio Grande do Sul.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you. Camila, welcome back. How long?
I'm sorry. I was trying to enjoy Marcos immersion and then I was facing some problems and I am here. So I'm sorry. I am late for both immersions. So
That's
let's
okay.
start. No problem. Sorry, I'm late. I hate to be late. Sorry.
That's okay. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, yes. Hello, guys. Good evening. My name is Camila. I am 40 years old. Live in São Paulo, in the capital. And I've been here in Talk and Talk 1 year. And I work as an accountant in an energy company. And I am here to improve my English speaking skills to try to communicate better in another language. I am trying to improve my Spanish too. So that's it about me.
Amazing. Camila, you're also a host, right?
Yes, yes, I'm a host here.
And what times and which days are your immersions? Tell us.
My immersions happened on Wednesday, 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. and Sunday, 11 a.m.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow,
on
very nice.
Sunday,
So
imagine.
you're all invited, guys. Let's go to Camila's immersions. Thank you,
Yes,
Camila.
thank you, Vic.
Lucas.
Yeah, hello guys, good evening. My name is Lucas Brizola. I am 29 years old and I live in Sorocaba, a city in the central side of São Paulo. I am single and I have a dog named Mel, a Shih Tzu that is smaller than a bag of rice. In my free time, I like to read, watch movies and series at home, and listening to music. I am quite eclectic. I listen to everything from technobrega to rock. And I also like natural and traveling whenever possible. My favorite food is lasagna of all kinds and baked rice, and I addicted to ice cream. Oh gosh, I love ice cream. Uh, on my weekends, I like the quick activities, like going to mall, a park, cinema, 18s, etc. I've been working in recruitment and selection over 14 years, 7 years focused in recruitment technology professional as a tech recruiter. I continue working to improve my English here at TALKTNTALK since February of this year. I've been getting great results and continue to focus on my hashtag fluent English. That's it. Thank you.
Very nice, Lucas. So I have similar taste to you. My favorite food is also lasagna and ice cream. I love it. So, guys, today we're gonna be everyone here in the main room. I sent the questions again for you, Camila, and we're talking about trust and relationships. Just a few reminders. You already know that I'm not a teacher, this is not a class, but we're going to learn anyway. The point here is not to speak perfect English because we're not natives, it doesn't exist that, is to understand each other. So don't worry to make any mistakes. If you have any doubt, you forgot a word, you can ask us. We're going to help each other, but we don't correct each other, okay? So let's begin with question number 1. Eduino, what does trust mean to you in a relationship?
Okay, I mean, trust in a relationship means believing that the other person will act in your best interest and keep their promise. When the other, when the yes in other person means yes and not mean not. Yes, it is believed that the other person will respect my boundaries and be honest with me. Yes, I mean that trust allow two peoples to rely each others and grow together without fear of retrieval. Yes, without retrieval.
Amazing definition. Very
Yeah.
nice. Camila, and for you, what is trust in a relationship?
Oh, this is a good one. I am in a relationship for 4 years, and I guess this is still not a problem, but I guess we are still trying to understand what is trust in this relationship. I guess no one need to be this responsible for the other's opinion or way to live. I don't want to oblige ninguém, sorry, oblige no one to do something. So I guess this could be like I am doing what I think is right, and the other the same. But of course, for me, the most important than trust could be communication. Uh, for me, it's the first step, and then I can make the message really clear from the other. And I guess trust, this is not something that we need to ask for someone, right? This is free, I guess, in my opinion. So for me, communication first, and maybe trust we can build as our relationship goes on, something like this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I guess it's not something that you ask for because if you ask for is some if you ask for trust, something actually is not right already. Something is missing, but it's a process. And like you said, you've been in a relationship for 4 years. It's not something that, okay, got trust and it's forever. No, every day we have little moments and little specific details that we gain and lose a little trust in our partner. And it's not always because someone means to do something wrong or bad for you, but communication is really the key because it changes our view on what's wrong and right, what hurts us and what's okay for us, respecting our boundaries, just like Eduino said. Rodrigo, and for you?
I think that depends the kinds of the type of relationship. For example, in relationship with my wife, I have four four pillars, I think. Trust is one. This is pillars. Have you other three? I think it's more important because this when do you have a relationship when you don't have trust? I think it's not so good because this okay, I love this. This have good communications, have good financial thinkings and sex thinkings. Okay, but do you don't have trust? Is I don't believe this relationship is good for me. And if I don't, I think in this trust is more important in the relationship. Loves relationships and work relationships too, friends relationships too. I cute, I think, in my circle of the friends because this I don't have more trust in the specific friends. I think it's not so good when I don't have trust in the person. You're on mute.
Sorry. I think it's very hard to maintain a good relationship, any kind of relationship. It can be with your partner, with your family, friends, work, if you don't trust the person, because you're always gonna be with a foot behind with what the person says. Lucas, and for you?
For me, trust means security, transparency, and the consistency. It's knowing that you can counting out the other person, whether it's good times or bad. That's it. You're a minute.
I forget, sorry. That's great. That's very concise, and that's pretty much sums up what trust is, because even in good times or bad, if you trust the person, you can be in a bad shape, but you know you can count on someone. That's the main point of trust. In different ways, you can count financially, you can count emotionally, you can count in so many ways. So, number 4. Rodrigo, what's harder for you, building trust or maintaining it?
For me, is maintaining because this. I thinking it's not. I think it's more easy. It's easy is building a trust because when you know these people and it's simple in beginning you're have trust and you're liking this communication you're liking a lot of things because this person, but during this time, I think is hard, very hardest, and maintaining it because this specific persons try to make it one view your person making better, good persons. Uh, and during this time is hardest is putting their your face and putting their a lot of things. And during this time, your me and the other persons see the trust. I think the trust, no, the true this person is true or lie. I think it's more difficult to maintain.
Nice. Camila, do you agree with him?
Yes, I agree with Rodrigo. I guess every relationship at the beginning is so easy to keep it trust. It's like a dream comes true, and then you feel comfortable with the other's expectation and your expectation. So I guess during the time we can change our mind, about respect, about the other's way to live. So I guess at the beginning this could be something natural, just happen, and then you don't know how to keep it in the same way, So for me, it's easier to maintain it. Not sorry, it's hard to maintain it instead of just starting to believe in another person. For me, it's like that. It's a difficult question, right?
It is. I like these questions because it puts us in a place to reflect a lot about
Oh my gosh.
ourselves and our relationships in general. Because sometimes we talk about trust and betrayal only for romantic relationships, but it's
Yeah.
so much bigger than that. It's about every relationship in our lives. Because if you are betrayed, for example, or if a friend of yours break your trust, sometimes it can hurt more than a romantic relationship, depending on what kind of friendship is. So it's very important to think and to discuss about it. And Lucas, for you, which one is harder? Number 4.
Yeah, for me, maintaining it, because building it is difficult, but maintaining it require constant uh, effort. A small mistake can erode trust over time. That's it.
That's it. Eduino.
Yes, I'm totally agree with you. Yes, maintaining trust can be harder because it takes constant efforts to keep it strong. That Lucas said, because people may make mistake, and the trust can be tested over time. Building trust require efforts, but maybe not like maintaining. Yes, maintaining is a constant job, is a challenge every day, every time. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like a constant job. And I really believe that in beginning of relationships in general, we try harder to show ourselves as a trustworthy person. We try harder to gain the trust. And once we had that trust, we kind of forget that we still have to put effort on being trustworthy. And sometimes we make mistakes. We're human beings. Everybody makes mistakes. And that's the point. When we have a long-term relationship, especially we can say about family because it's a lifetime relationship, we're going to break the trust with other people, and they're going to lose trust in ourselves. So it's in our place to understand what happened and understand, oh, do I want to rebuild this relationship? Do I want to still keep going? Does it still make sense for me? Is it still worth it? So it's harder to maintain and also rebuild the trust when something happened. It can be something big, but it can also be something small that hurts a person. And for us, it's nothing, but for the other person, for example, it's a big stuff. So yeah, definitely maintaining it's pretty much harder. Um, let's see another. Number 6, Duino. Have you ever had to forgive someone even when trust wasn't fully restored? This one's hard.
Um. Yes. I have forgiven someone without fully restoring trust. I think that forgiveness is about letting go of negative feelings. Yes, and moving on, keep going, but it doesn't always means the relationship will be the same. Sometimes it's necessary to forgive for your own a peace of mind. Yes, health mental is necessary.
Very much. I pretty much agree with you. Very nice. And you, Camila?
Mm, for sure. Of course, could be a friendship or a relationship with my family, for example, because it's something that we don't choose, you know. And maybe you need to deal with that. And maybe you don't trust the others anymore. I had a problem with my mom more than 10 years ago. And since then, I decided to live by myself. And then now she's living with me. So it's like 10 years ago. That's okay. We grow up, we became mature, I guess. But for me, it's something that I cannot forget about it. Just I always remind this, but I don't speak about it with her, but I remember. And I know that she feels it. So it's like a silent, I don't know, deal that we have. You know what I mean? Like we have a silent deal. I know and you know, and we became like this. But I don't believe at her as much as I could in the past, even because I don't like to speak too much about my personal life, and my mom loves, but I live with her now. So imagine it's hard to keep it in a different way. So we have some problems because I don't agree with this, but I guess this is her way to live. So it's like, okay, we're living together. That's no problem. But I know that I need to be care. You know what I mean? Like I need to pay attention in little things.
I really understand you because I live a similar situation with my mom. Uh, it was not one little thing, but a bunch of little things happened, and it
Oh.
was breaking my trust on her.
Mhm.
And it was like a silence deal that we have because we don't talk pretty much about it. I don't know about your family, guys, but in my mom especially, it's not that easy to talk about her mistakes and what she did,
Oh.
what you hurt me, what could change. So it's like that. It's a silence deal, and we were a long period without talking to each other. But now our relationship is okay. We talk everything stuff, but you know, it's different. It's not that stuff. And it's like that. We forgive, and but we don't forget what happened. So it's trust is built. Trust is it's hard to maintain.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, and for you.
Deep question for me because in my life I had some people's uh, I don't I don't trust him. I don't forgive him because there's a lot of things. Um, well, okay, the persons have forgive other persons, but I don't trust him more. I touch in my life. I don't have contacts. I I don't want contact with specific persons, the specific peoples, because this I don't like this my daughters have contacts this specific peoples for my family and it's simple for me. Oh, you're a person, I don't know, vingativo? No, because this, I thinking try to make him, you're different mind in my daughters, and, is living in different forms. And in the past, my family, I I want respectful and living in the bad persons and they don't respectful your ideas, don't respectful your relationships, your choice. And my daughters are thinking, no. I try to learn, I try to teaching my daughters, no, your uncle, your dad, your grandmother, no, don't respectful. Okay, put in your life because this your your healthy. I don't know. I don't remember this word. Sua saúde mental is more important for your life, your changing your choose, change your life because this life mental health is simple because this is more important in your life. Your life is important for you, no, don't important for your mom or your dad. I think this person have your life. Live in your life. Don't try to put in your ideas in other persons. Okay, giving, talking, try to directions, giving conselhos. Okay, but try to making your ideas. No, try to. I think is bad for me. Sorry, guys. Talking a
Wow.
lot.
No, that's it. That's exactly it. I guess it's even more complicated when something happens that involves our family, not only just us. For example, it happened broken trust, and it was not only about me, but involves our family, your daughters, for example, because I don't know their age, but maybe they're kids, teenagers. You're responsible for them, not only for their life, but you love them for their emotional and mental health. So it's even harder to forgive. But for me, guys, forgiveness and trust, they're so different. They don't walk together. For me, forgiveness is just like Edwino said. It's pretty much what he said, letting go of a bad feeling. And that's for you. You forgive to make yourself feel better and live better, because if you resent in your life, you're always have something bitter inside of you. It's not easy to do that. It's not something that you choose, it's a process, but it's pretty much common to forgive. But the trust, it doesn't come back very easily. So for me, for example, I forgave some people, but the people who who have done something bad for me, I forgave for myself, for me to move on. But I don't trust, and it doesn't mean that I want that person in my life. Okay, I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life anymore. You doesn't make me feel good. You doesn't make me feel um, comfort around you. So that's it. And you, Lucas.
Sorry, Vicky, just to
Number
confirm,
6.
number 6. Ah, tá. Right, thanks. For me, yes, and it is a challenge. I learned that forgive it does not mean forgetting, but written deciding to move on without carrying resentment, carregar sentimentos. Depend of the case, I excluded them from my life, so as not to remember, especially if they did bad to me. That's it.
That's it. That was pretty much what we all said, because there are different things, forgiveness and trust, and it's not something that you choose, but it's something that we learn to deal, and we learn to uh, understand how it feels for ourselves. Um, Camila, have you ever had to rebuild trust after it was broken, and how?
A lot.
It
All the
can
time.
be something that somebody lost trust in you, or you lost trust in someone.
Okay, I guess both, because we fail a lot with the others, sometimes expectations, right? And maybe I don't know that I am doing something bad for you, because maybe you believe that I would, I don't know, remember your birthday, for example, and I forgot that. And could be like, oh my gosh, you forgot my birthday. And then maybe you feel sad about it. And in other hand, I can feel the other's consideration not the same about me. So this can be something harmful, but maybe you can try to change it during some period, as I said at the beginning, with conversation, maybe, because it's for me the most difficult thing is to once understand the other's expectation. Like, what do you want? for now. What will happen? And maybe the other person just, oh, I don't know. Just I was in a relationship for 6 years, and then I realized that we are just living our lives together without no main goal, like, oh, we are just living, passing
Mhm.
time together. And then I realized that maybe this is not what I want for me. And not talking about a relationship about lovers and partner, but I guess in family too. Maybe our parents want to decide our university, for example, and you said, I want to change it. I don't want to be the same as you. My mom is a nurse and my father is a cop. So for them was like, oh, you need to be, I don't know, a teacher, for example. This really happened. And I say, no, I don't want to be. So I guess this is about our expectation and the others. So
Yeah.
for sure, this happens with me all the time.
Yeah. I really believe that it has everything to do with expectations, and it's very common to break the trust in a place where it was not just trust, it was expectation that somebody had, and it was broken somehow. And maybe and even after you talk and you understand it was an expectation, the trust was already broken. So you know what happened, you know it was not intentional, but you still have a long path to go to rebuild and to really rebuild the relationship and to deal with that. But it has to do everything about communication, because just like you said, Camila, sometimes you can ask the person where are the expectations, what they want, and they don't know. Then you do something and it hurts them. So
Yeah.
it's people. We're complex. We're very complex. Eduino, what do you think?
Yes, absolutely. I have had to rebuild the trust before. Firstly, I took time and effort to show to other person that I was reliable. The first step was started to acknowledging my mistake and apologizing genuinely. Afterwards, I made sure that my action matched with my words. It was very important to recover the trust from the other person. Yes. Rebuild trust in summary require patience and consistency.
It's hard to say anything after you, Eduino. Because that's it. I guess we have, it's not a magical formula, but we have very important steps. We have to acknowledge our mistake. That's the main point. We have to really apologize and to make your actions match your words. Because if you just apologize and you keep doing the same stuff, it doesn't matter. It's like you're not really sorry because you're still doing that stuff. It doesn't matter. And you, Lucas, question number 2.
For me, no, but there is a case of as ex-friends, não sei se é assim que pronuncia ex-amiga, ex-friends,
Mhm.
ex-friends, you had been friends for over 15 years, who I cut off definitely. One thing I hardly cannot forgive is a lies. You you know that a famous phrase, your front of you, it's one thing, behind you it's another. That's exactly what she did. She talking badly about me to everyone, literally something uh,
Wow.
horrível. I found out, made here tell everyone the truth, and cut off the relationship immediately?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's very tough when it happens with friends. And I was just listening to a podcast today about ex-friends and how we feel when we break a long-term relationship as friends, because we talk a lot about breaking up with partners, but we don't talk enough about breaking up friendships that they're so hard to deal. Because I don't know about you guys, but my friends are my foundation. They're the family that I chose. I have my blood family, but my friends, they're really people that I know they want the best for me, and they're genuinely happy for the stuff that I have, for the stuff that I do, for the things that I live. So it hurts a lot when we found out that kind of stuff, that we think the person is our friend and they're doing something really bad behind our back. That's tough, Lucas. Rodrigo, what about you? Have you ever had to rebuild trust?
Yes, I think I have 39 years old. I rebuild a lot. A lot
Rodrigo,
of
I'm sorry.
trust.
How old are your daughters?
My oldest daughter has 8 years, and my little daughter has 1 year and 3 months. It's little. But in about these questions, yes, I stayed married for I think in 16 years in these years, long time. And my friends, specific person from my family too. I try to rebuild my trust in specific situations. For example, during my with my wife in specific situation, I rebuild and she rebuild is I think is normal. But I think in the trusting have a levels. For example, it's simple. I forgive a specific situation, but other situations for me is I don't forgive. I think don't have opportunity for forgive. I in this situation, I think I killed in my life.
I understand. I asked you about your daughter's age because one thing is to talk about trust with adults and to talk about this kind of relationship, and other very different stuff is to understand and to show trust to a child. So with your eight
Yes.
year old, for example, it's not that easy, I guess, to make a child trust you again after you break a trust with a child or your kid, for example. So it's that stuff that Eduino said. You have to make your actions meet your words, meet your apologies, because it's not easy. And children, they're always more sensible to stuff, to good stuff and to bad stuff also. So uh, it's not easy to understand ourselves, and after that try to do that with children and the other person that we have relationships in general.
Yes, my old
That's it.
daughters have a problem. I have a problems for because they trust, and I try to teach in specific things for they choose better friends. Um, it's complicated because when I have more younger, you're I think in your giving, you're trusting a lot. I trusting a lot of person, a lot of peoples, and I think it is more difficult. But I try to teach and I try to show specific thinking, specific actions. You are see the good friends, good peoples in the joy in your life. That's it, guys.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see, question number 10, guys. This is very interesting. Eduino, have you ever lost trust in yourself? And How did you regain, if you did regain it again?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yes, I've lost trust in myself before, yeah. Especially when I made mistakes or failed to meet my goals, to achieve my goals. Especially with English, for example, I had many challenges to attending meetings in talk. Yes. Only this month I decided to to maintain more focus, attending meetings more frequently. Yes. That's mistake made me maybe sad, but yes, and I was lost trust in myself. But I am regain trust in myself. I started to accept my mistakes. It is part of my growth. Okay. I am focused on my small success. For example, today is my small success. Yes. And I remind myself that of of my past achievements. Okay. It is uh every day I intend to celebrating my small wins. Yes, it's very important for me to continue in this journey. Yeah.
That's very nice and also a great example because I believe many people pass through this. For me, for example, I lost trust in myself for so many times because I put some goals that I want to achieve, and a lot of things happens in life, and when I'm not able to achieve that specific goal, I kind of lose trust in my capacity to achieve that, and I'm very sad and I doubt myself in the things that I'm already good at it, and I'm doubting myself because I failed in something else. But I believe the point is just what you said, Edwino. We don't I believe we put so much pressure in ourselves for the final goal. And the point here is not only to achieve the final goal and celebrate the final goal. The point is to celebrate the steps that we have, the steps that we make. If we do the process, we have to celebrate that we're doing the process. But most of the times, the final goal, they don't rely just on us. They rely on us in a part, but not just on us. Even learning English, for example, because we have work, we have family, so many stuff that we have to deal, and we kind of think bad stuff about ourselves, we doubt ourselves. But the point is to celebrate. If you're going through the path, if you're doing the steps, you have to celebrate. Wow, today I went through an immersion, that's amazing, I'm happy. Not like, oh, until today I'm not fluent. No, today you went through an immersion, tomorrow you already booked the immersion. So that's the point. Very nice. Camila.
Yes, I have experienced something like this before. Um, Not many times, but once I remember was the most traumatic, I guess, because it's really hard when we don't believe in ourselves anymore. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I failed, like I am responsible for that. So in my case, it was before the pandemic years. And then I only could change this mindset when I start to take care of myself. Going to the gym, I was trying to meditate in that period. And I was living by myself in that period. So it was like me and me. I cannot fight against that. I need to solve the problem. So it was really good. I remember that until now, I feel that I grow up as a person in that period because I need to do that. I don't have any other options. So I don't know, maybe you are not happy in your career, you don't have a great relationship with friends in that period because we don't have to contact with the other. So it was for me something that I just could go through this when I start to think, take care about myself and not only about the others, like this what happens to me.
Yeah, when we live all by ourselves, it's such a life-changing process because we have to get in touch with our
Yeah.
mind and be alone with our thoughts. And sometimes it can be scary because all the time we're just scrolling the phone, talking with friends, working, and we try to do something that occupies our mind. And it's very hard for us just to stay quiet and meet our thoughts and go confront them. So when we do that, it's tough, it's not easy, it can hurt, but it's important because you gain more consciousness about your life and yourself. Rodrigo, what about you?
Guys, I chose in response answer these questions. I have big trust in myself. But Eduino said about the learning English, I don't have more trust in myself because I have a lot of problem in the learning English. Oh, it's dangerous, complicated. Joke. I think in this during my life, I making one form in different forms in the I think in regain my trust because I have a lot of problems in my life in my job, in my family. It's okay. I think in this I have equals problem with Camila said because I have two peoples in my mind and they're fighting a lot and they try to put in the power for my life. The one person the good thinkings and the okay trusting in yourself and you're a good person the other person no you can't do this and but in during my life I think in this I'm a win because I can transform I can change in my life I can change my goals I can do in my goals. And I remember, and when I stay better, I remember I have two daughters. It's simple. I have two daughters. My daughters depends with me. And I stay in the deep in situation. My daughters is I think help me in the return in my life and return in my goals and other things.
That's so beautiful. Yeah, it's tough to pass situations like that, and it's also nice you said about your daughters. But I guess each one of us we have something, or especially someone that helps us look like a light in the end of the tunnel to help us gain back our trust in ourselves and to come back to our lives even though we're in a bad place. So that's it. It's very important to be surrounded by people that you love and that you know that these people love you back because they're the ones that are going to help us in bad moments. Can be friends, family, relationships, and anything. That's it. So one last question, guys. Let's see. Mm, do you think people trust too easily or too little these days, Camila?
Vicky? Vicky?
Oh,
I,
what?
I, for, I forgot to answer question number 10.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm sorry.
No problem. Uh, Come on. For me, nowadays there are people you are in envious. You haven't achieved anything and what to put down to choice. You are at last in trying maybe to make themselves feel better. Yes, many times I have that bad moment of being upset, sad, and think, why did a person succeed and I didn't? I didn't. After that moment, I recover little by little, seeking small daily achievements, surrounding myself with support, and reminding myself of what I have already achieved. That's it.
That's it. I believe that sometimes we lose trust in ourselves, especially because what you said, Lucas, we tend to compare ourselves with others. And we see just a little tiny part of the other reality. We see when the person already achieved something that we wanna, like, oh, somebody already speaks English and I don't, but you don't know what the person went through to speak English. You don't know. Everyone has a different path. And it's much easier for us to, how can I say, to forgive our friends. For example, a friend of mine is trying to learn English for so long and still isn't talking very good. And for me, it's okay to say, oh, it's okay. I understand. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've been so through so many stuff. But if it's for me, for example, I'm much harder on myself than in a friend. So I put a bigger weight on myself, a bigger responsibility on myself than in others. So it's very important for us to really try, because it's not something that we do on purpose, to compare ourselves with others and to understand. I'm gonna say this again, it's not about the final goal, it's about the process that we have to celebrate. You wanna speak English every day, try to do like Lucas, go to immersion, so you celebrate today. In the final process, something's going to happen. Maybe you're not as good as you want in a year from now, for example, but maybe you're going to be way more happy and what's the word? I forgot. um, let's put happy. You're gonna be way more happy than you thought you would, because you saw how hard it was. You saw all the difficulties that you passed through, and you saw all that you've been through, so you're more happy with that. Proud. The word is proud. You're gonna be more proud of you. That's it. Guys, so we don't have enough time to talk, to answer another question. Do you guys want to say something else? Final words? No? Anybody?
I love
So,
it, Vicky. Thank you. I thanks God that my link was wrong. I love it.
thank you, Camila. I love you've been here too. So, guys, Eduino and Rodrigo, I love talking you to for the first time, guys. I hope to see you again more often. Camila, I missed you. Every now when you can, come here back again. And Lucas, again, congrats. You've been doing great. I'm loving to see your progress, because really it's not something that I'm saying just for to say. Every word, every week that you're here, I see that you have a great progress. So it's very nice to see that. And I'm really willing to see in the end of the 8 months, because I think you're rocking it. Congrats.
Thank you, Vic.
So, guys, thanks for being here. Have a great end of the week. Hope to see